jaws bite. Sharks gave us all a fight. Close encounters every night. Horror feels so sharp and bright. Time tripping through the movie show from ages past where stories flow. Fantasy realms where dragons grow. Laughing loud where heroes glow. Comedy flair, ghosts up in the air would fare. Blade Runner made me stop and stare. Sci-fi tales beyond compare. In the 90s action rose so high. Terminator never say die. Jurassic roars under the sky. Magic worlds where wizards fly. Time tripping through the movie show from ages past where stories flow. Fantasy realms where dragons grow. Laughing loud where heroes glow. Ideas with no new takes. Give us new stuff for gene's sake. Entertaining stuff you need to make. Ideas with no new takes. Give us new stuff for gene's sake. Entertaining stuff you need to make. Apple once thought about with you.
That old Yorkshire Geek with stories to unfold. Keep your eyes wide open and your soul won't grow cold. In the realm of the strange and the fantastical, lost in the dark, but it's light so magical.
Hey up, it's Steve from Old Yorkshire Geek, and welcome to the next episode of my top 5 favourite movies from every year since I was born, or whatever it's called. This week, or this time, we're on to 1990. So we're nearly at the stage where a fraction of my audience was born, because I'm an old fart. So 1990, yes. But before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. Right, we're live on YouTube. Yes, we are. We're live on Rumble. Yes, we are. And we should be live on Twitch. Yes, we are. Hooray. Right. And Justin, by the way, Wingrace is here. It says, still love that OG D&D image. That's from the video intro thing. All I could find, folks, I think it was from 1990s, that part of the song. And all I could find to do with wizards from 1990 was that Dungeons and Dragons film. So that's why I use that image. But it's Jeremy Irons, so there we go. And that other fella who were in Passenger 57, but I don't know his name, and he was the Warlock. after Julian Sands stopped being the Warlock, wasn't he? But anyway, but there we go. And Justin34 is here saying, hello, my good friends. Hope all is well. Yes, all is well this week. I couldn't do it last week. I was just exhausted last week. Don't know what was up with me. I'm old. But I'm fine today. I've been for my walk, got rained on, wrote a song about it. So we're off. 1990. Right, so we will get on with it, shall we? We will get on with it. 5 films, my top 5 favourite films from 1990. That's a bit of a clue. If you can make it out. You can't really make it out, can you? But my top 5 favourite films, not necessarily the best films of the year, just my favourite films of the year, and a bunch of honourable mentions, as usual. Right, so we'll get on with it, shall we? What have I done then? Why is that not working? I've done something wrong. What have I done wrong? Go full screen, damn you. Oh, is it that? Do I do that? There we go. Right, we're off. We're off and running. So, I've got to add it to the stage first, haven't I? I'm all over the place. Right, here it is. Number 1. Not necessarily the best. They're not in any order, by the way. It's just a list of my top 5 favourite films. So the first one, Dances with Wolves. Kevin Costner starred in this, directed it, produced it, everything did. Didn't do the music. Amazing musical score from John Barry. I love this film, especially there's an extended version, isn't there? I love this film. I always have since the moment I saw it. I think it's one of the best films ever. And hats off to Kevin Costner, although he's not the best part of it, to be completely honest. But he did make a good film. It made, I think it won a hatful of Oscars, didn't it? How many? 7. Won 7 Oscars. Were nominated for 12 Academy Awards and won 7, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Adapted Screenplay, editing, cinematography, score, and sound mixing. So there we go. And very, deserved as well. And it always has me crying at the end. When Wind in His Hair is standing on top of the cliff or the mountain or whatever, because Kevin Costner has to leave the Indians behind. You can't call them that, can you? But anyway, they say in the film, turned Indian, didn't you? But is to leave them so that the cavalry or whatever won't go and slaughter them. So he leaves them and he's shouting from the hilltop, saying it in Sioux. Dances with Wolves, I am Wind in His Hair, and I will always be your friend. And I'm like, ah! Anyway, it's a great film. It's a great film. I think it's loosely based on a true story. I think more or less everything's been changed in it, but I think it's loosely based on a true story. But anyway, so that's Dances with Wolves. That's number 1. But not necessarily the best. Next up, you know what? I can't remember actually what I've picked. Anyway, off we go. Next up, Tremors. Oh, that's where that's from. That's Tremors. Another one of my favourite films of all time. Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward and a few other people in the town of what do they call it now? Perfection. Is it Town of Perfection? It says there. Town of Perfection. A dying town. It's almost a ghost town that suddenly almost gets eaten by monsters. Anyway, Justin says, great film. Talk about Dances with Wolves. Some of the cast came to my hometown to do a march for Native Americans. I'm part Native Blackfoot tribe. Cool. Was such an awesome experience. Yes, excellent stuff. And Justin says, love Tremors and Tremors 2. I've seen them. I've seen another one as well. I haven't seen all the Tremors films. There's quite a few now, isn't there? There's about 5 or 6 of them now, isn't there? I've seen the first 2 and I've seen the other one. It might be the third one. I'm not sure. Maybe the 4th one, where it's like a prequel back in cowboy times. I've seen that one as well. But yes, but the first one is the best. It's really good. Directed by, I can't remember. Ron Underwood, yes, who brought us City Slickers, I think. I think he did City Slickers. Yes, he did. God, he did do that as well. Bloody hell. Sorry, I'm looking at that Mighty Joe Young, the remake of Mighty Joe Young, which I didn't like, but my son loves it. I keep telling him, watch the original Mighty Joe Young. No, he wants to watch the bloody remake. Anyway, whatever. Who was I saying? Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward, Michael Gross, Reba McEntire, and who else? What's his face? I can't remember his name now. I'll have to look it up. Victor Wong, that's it, Victor Wong. And Ariana Richards, I think might be in her first film. And Bibi Besh, for Win Grace, Bibi Besh is in it. Carol Marcus herself, she gets eaten, but we don't see it. But yeah, great film about, I say, a small town in the middle of nowhere that suddenly has these mysterious, you can see them in that picture, graboids they're called, that just come up and just started. We don't know where they come from. You know, have they been asleep for thousands, millions of years? Who knows? But they do. In the future films, the later films, we do have different sorts. We have ones that walk about and ones that, I think there's some that fly, isn't there? But anyway, a great film with some great comedy moments. Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward make a great duo in it. There were talk of a series, wasn't there, that never happened. I think the strikes and COVID and all that put paid to that series. I know it has been a series before, but I think they were going to do another one. But anyway, so there we go. So that's Tremors, top flick. Right, next. Predator 2. A lot of people don't like Predator 2. I think it's amazing. I think it's almost as good as the first one. I really like Predator 2, directed by Stephen Hopkins. I think previous to this, or after this, I can't remember. He did one of the Nightmare on Elm Street films. Don't ask me which one, but he did one of them, I think. Or was it? I can't remember now. I'm going to have to check. Well, I think it was a Nightmare on Elm Street film. Yes. Nightmare on Elm Street 5, Dream Child. There we go. Stars Danny Glover. I think it was originally written to be, Arnold Schwarzenegger to come back, because some of the lines seem to be aimed at an Arnold Schwarzenegger type muscly person, and that is not Danny Glover, although he's in good shape. But anyway, obviously they didn't get Arnie back, although he's mentioned. So Danny Glover, Gary Busey, Ruben Blades, Maria Conchita Alonso, Robert Darby, I forgot his name now. Troy, I think it's Troy. Captain Troy from Battlestar Galactica 80. He's in it as well. Let me look up his name because I can't remember it. I know it when I see it. Kent McCord, that's the fella. He's in it as well. Adam Baldwin as well. Yes, he's in it. And obviously the late great Bill Paxton steals the show as Jerry Lambert, the cowboy or whatever they call him. A great film. Like I said, it's nearly as good as the first one. Justin says, yes, it is a good film, Predator 2. I will agree, it's almost as good as 1. Yes, I think it's amazing. I think it's really good. And they add to the law. Why is that going on? Go away. They add to the law. It has more weapons and cool stuff that we see. Does the Predator? Obviously, it's a different Predator than the first one. And also we get to see their spaceship, which is a little bit of an anticlimax. But we have that little thing in it where we see inside the spaceship, we see a xenomorph skull. And people saying, that gave the inspiration for Alien vs Predator. But actually, the Alien vs Predator comic came out before this film was released. Only a few months, but which came first? I don't know. Did they see behind-the-scenes footage, or did they have a tour of the set where they were filming this and then decided to do the comic? I don't know. But anyway, Predator 2, top flick. Really top flick. And it's kind of followed on. Because at the end, spoilers, he gets given the gun, doesn't he, with the inscription on from, is it 1715 or something like that. And then we see that gun in Prey, which is also a good film, from a couple of years ago. Right, so that's Predator 2. What, is that the third film? So, number 4, Total Recall, Get Your Ass to Mars. Another top film, Paul Verhoeven, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ronnie Cox. I'm not looking at a list, I'm just looking at these pictures. Michael Ironside, Sharon Stone, Robert Picardo. I've forgotten her name. Rachel Tickerton. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but it's spelt Tickerton or Tickerton. I don't know. Can't remember his name. Sorry, I'm going to have to look it up. Let's have a look. Oh, I also have Marshall Bell, Michael Champion, Mel Johnson Jr. There he is as Benny. Spoilers, he's not a good guy. Loosely based, and I said very loosely based, on a short story by Philip K. Dick. We can remember it for you wholesale. He never had straightforward titles for his stories, did he? And in the original story, they never went to Mars, which might explain why they never went to Mars in that terrible remake from 2012 with Colin Farrell and Kate Beckinsale. Not a good film, but this one is. It's a great Paul Verhoeven vehicle, loads of violence and bad language, and just real and some great visual effects, practical visual effects. You know, this before the age of CGI. Although you could have had some CG were around, but I think some people have said this might have been one of the last great, non-CGI movies. Which I don't know if that's true or not, but. It's good stuff, and it talks about pyramids on Mars and all that stuff. Philip K. Dick also did inspire Blade Runner. Yes, in his book, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which I've got somewhere. I have got that somewhere. Yes, a lot of Philip K. Dick stories and novels have been made into films. Minority Report, that's another one, isn't it? I'm blanking, but there are a few. Anyway, but Total Recall is one of the better ones in my opinion. What the hell is that supposed to be there? I have no idea. Is that the fan? Oh, it's the fan, isn't it? In is it Venusville or whatever they call it? Give those people air. 2012 Total Recall was good in my opinion. Oh, did you like it? Well, fair enough. I didn't like it. Because they didn't get their asses to Mars. That's why I didn't like it. But and the thing about going through the centre of the Earth to Australia, to the colony. But anyway, whatever. Yeah, it wasn't for me. But the 1991 was, and it was amazing. As I said, pyramids on Mars, ancient aliens and all that stuff. That's probably why I like it as well. Blue sky on Mars. Was it all a dream to start with, or was it all... Are we just seeing his holiday, his Total Recall, his Recall Incorporated holiday that's implanted into his head? I think it is. I think he was just seeing his holiday, and they'll bring him out of it, and he'll go back to work at wherever he's working. That's what I think. I think it's all in his head. He's just had a good old holiday. Just says it was different but interesting. And it's got Kate Beckinsale going for it. She's always easy to watch. 1990 was better though. Yes, it was. Right, so that's Total Recall, 1990. Again, top film. I love that film. I think we've done it. Have we done it in Magnificent Mondays? I think we have. Sure we have. If we haven't, why not? But anyway. Next up, I think it's the last one, RoboCop 2. Another film which is, in my opinion, unfairly maligned. I think this is a really good one. No Paul Verhoeven this time, but we've got Irving Kershner, Empire Strikes Back man himself, and Eyes of Laura Mars and other films. He came and directed this one. Peter Weller and Nancy Allen return as Murphy, RoboCop, and what's the face? I've forgotten bloody name. And the name of her character. Hang on, I've forgotten. Oh dear. Louis. There we go. Louis. And this time got to deal with OCP wanting to develop another version of RoboCop. Hence the title, RoboCop. It's not just the second film. There's going to be another RoboCop, which we do see. Which is more robot than cop, but it is really good. Some great effects, great stop motion effects. I love this list of top 5. Yes, well, this is my top 5. I forgot what I was saying now. Oh, it's great stop motion effects from Phil Tippett, using his Go Motion, so he gets like motion blur and stuff. I always thought that were a bit overrated myself, but anyway. But he's a good stop motion animator. So some great stuff. Yes, it does get a bad rap, and it is unfair. I heard, I don't know if this is a Mandela effect thing going on. It happens to me a lot. That I'd heard that there were an original cut that were a lot more gory. You know, when the policemen were like a double agent sort of thing. I can't remember the policeman's name. I will have a look and see if I can find him, because I've forgotten him. He says, "You're a rotten cop," whatever. Duffy, yes, Duffy, Officer Duffy. He basically gets cut open, disemboweled in front of this kid and all that. And I'd heard that was originally a lot more gory, but they cut it out. But I don't know if that's true or not. But I can imagine it being, because it is quite, like the first one, it is quite violent, and like the first one, it's got the comedy news items and stuff. So it is. I think it's a good sequel to the first one. RoboCop 3, not so much, but because they were going for a PG-13 for the third one, wasn't it? So it's more of a kids' film. My son loves it. He loves the third one. But RoboCop 2 is well worth a watch, in my opinion. Some of it don't make a huge amount of sense, but never mind. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Right, so that's my top 5. Moving on to the honourable mentions. If I just get my list out. Hang on. Now then, where's the honourable mentions? I've put them in it. They're here somewhere. My list of honourable mentions. There we go. Right. Again, these are in no order. Let me full screen it. There it is. Right. First up, in my... Oh, hang on, what that? I heard that also. About the scene being more gory. Oh, so it's not just me then. 'Cause sometimes I think, do I dream things and then think it's real? Too much information. Anyway, right. Right, so, honourable mentions. First up, The Hunt for Red October. Let them sing. With Sean Connery and his amazing Russian... Ine praneshtiva. Or whatever he says, something like that, doesn't he? A great film from John McTiernan directed this. Starring Alec Baldwin, Sean Connery obviously, and Alec Baldwin and Sam Neill. Who else is in it? Moriarty's in it. Win Grace. Moriarty's in it. But I can't remember the actor, and I haven't got the list. Hang on, I will search. Hunt. Daniel Thingamabob. Daniel Thingamabob. Right, I will tell you. Daniel Davis. Now we've got Daniel Davis in it. Joss Ackland, Tim Curry. I'm looking at a list now. Peter Firth, Scott Glenn, James Earl Jones, Jeffrey Jones. Don't want to talk about him, do we? Richard Jordan, Stellan Skarsgård. I didn't even know he were in it. Stellan Skarsgård. Yes, of course. Yes, he plays Tupolev. I never even realised. Fred Thompson. We may know from Die Hard 2 and loads of other stuff. He just plays the same character in every film. Courtney B. Vance. What was it? Pavarotti. It was Paganini. That's him, isn't it? Who else? And loads of people I don't know. But really good film. Based on... it's got Gates McFadden in it briefly. Putting on a British accent for some reason. Don't know why, but she just did. Yes, that is my movie. That's top 5 for me. Oh, so which would you put out of the top 5 of my top 5 to put this one in? But yes, Hunt for Red October. Really, really good film. The first of the Jack Ryan movies. What would we get after that? Patriot Games, Clear and Present Danger, and then the Harrison Ford ones, weren't they? And then we got some others, didn't we? There were a series as well, wasn't there? A Jack Ryan series, but I didn't see that. But this one is still the best, in my opinion. Really good film. Some things here don't react well to bullets. But anyway, Alec Baldwin, who, things around him don't react well to bullets either, do they? Anyway, moving on. Next up, Back to the Future 3. Not my favourite. Ooh, would you take out RoboCop 2? Ooh, blimey. I thought you might have said Tremors, to be honest, but anyway. Or Dances with Wolves. Oh, no, because that's got thingamabobs, hasn't it? Anyway, whatever. Right, I'm waffling. Back to the Future 3. Not the best of the least of the Back to the Future films, in my opinion. But it's still a great film. Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Mary Steenburgen, Jack O'Neill's favourite actress, Mary Steenburgen. Obviously directed by Robert Zemeckis. More great music from Alan Silvestri, where Marty McFly goes back to 1885. I think it's 1885, isn't it? I think it is. To, I don't know, save Doc Brown or whatever. Bring him back to the future. Oh, pardon me. It's a lot of fun, but get ZZ Top in it and all that stuff, and more Biff is in it but not Biff, but as one of Biff's ancestors, Mad Dog, whatever his last name, Tanner, Mad Dog Tanner. Yeah, it is a lot of fun. But it's all a bit timey-wimey. Some people say, why does he have to go and get the... I don't know, but anyway, never mind. But yeah, Back to the Future 3 is a lot of fun. And Michael J. Fox, again, like he did in Back to the Future 2, plays a couple of versions of himself or his ancestors and stuff like that. Justin says 3 is good, but it does throw you off compared to the other ones. It's very different, isn't it? But then again, I suppose you could say, but the first one is a 1950s, teen comedy, I suppose you could say. An amazing one, and it's still the best of the 3. And the second one is proper sci-fi, because it goes to the future, doesn't it? But it's not our future now, it's our past, but whatever. And then this one is a western, innit? So they've got, maybe they should do a Back to the Future 4 that is a horror film, but anyway, to get in all the genres in. But anyway, that's Back to the Future 3. A really good film, but not the best of the Back to the Future films. Next, Gremlins 2, The New Batch. Another film that I love. Some might say this is better than the first Gremlins, but, the first one, does have a lot of sentimental, that's what I meant before, sentimental value, Dances with Wolves, but... a lot of people like this, the sentimental about the first one, but this one is technically a lot better, and it also cost a lot more, didn't it? Don't ask me how much more it cost. I'll look it up. But I know they basically let him spend as much money as he wanted, didn't they? Gremlins 2, right, what was the budget on this one? 30 to 50 million, and I think the budget on the first one wasn't that. I'd heard it was more than that, to be honest. 11 million was the budget on the first one. I'd heard that the budget on the second one was like nearly $100 million. That's what I'd heard. I don't know if that's true or not. But it didn't do as well in the cinema, apparently. If made today, Back to the Future 4 would be a horror. It probably. Well, if it went out of copyright, somebody'd make a horror film about it, because they're always doing that, aren't they? If something goes public domain, they make a horror film about it, like Winnie the Pooh and what else was there? Mickey Mouse one or something. They made one, haven't they? A Steamboat Willie, Mickey Mouse. Anyway, Gremlins 2. They're in New York this time. What's his face? Zach Galligan. He said William Ragsdale. That's somebody else. Zach Galligan, Phoebe Cates return. We get John Glover playing Donald Trump, sort of. Robert Picardo again, appearing twice in my list. Robert Picardo. Christopher Lee, he's in it. Got his bloody name. Returns from the Dick Miller. Dick Miller returns as well. A fun film, and the Gremlins cause chaos in the big office block. It's a lot of fun. Justin says, I remember the Back to the Future cartoon show. This list is like a list I would make. I didn't even know they'd done a cartoon of Back to the Future. That's the first I've heard of that. I had no idea they'd done that. But anyway, Gremlins 2, the new batch. A lot of fun. You can see where the money went. Like I say, some great visual effects, some great stop motion effects, and some great puppetry and all that stuff. It's well worth a look. Rick Baker did the stuff this time. In the first one, it was what do they call them now? The Wallace brothers, wasn't it, that did it in the first one? Rick Baker in the second one. So there we go. Right, next up, Die Hard 2. Die Harder. I think that's a public. I don't think they were thinking we'll call it Die Hard 2. I bet it didn't say that on the script, but anyway, whatever. Half the movies on this list have a cartoon. Back to the Future, Gremlins, RoboCop. Anyway, came out in 1991. What, the Back to the Future cartoon? Oh right, I didn't even know it had one. I know RoboCop did. I wasn't sure Gremlins had. I know it's had one recently, hasn't it? It's had an animated thing recently. I don't know about back in the day. Anyway, Die Hard 2. Die Harder. Another one that I think is nearly as good as the first one. Another one that I think is unfairly maligned. But I really like Die Hard 2. Because it just gets on with it. It doesn't try. It doesn't try to explain away stuff. It just says, "How can the same thing happen to the same man twice?" But it's more, you can't say it's more of the same. He's not stuck in a building. He's stuck in an airport with bad guys and terrorists and all that stuff going on. And planes blowing up. And Colm Meaney. Lots of Star Trek actors popping up in this list, aren't there? Colm Meaney in this one. There are 2 Bill and Ted cartoons also. All right. They are 2. Love It More Than One. And it's a Christmas movie also. Yes, it is, because it's set at Christmas. And it's got snow, proper snow in this one. And an icicle that he uses to kill somebody. Yes, great fun is this one. Oh, another Star Trek actor. Not only Colm Meaney, there's me and my brain. I'm going to have to look it up again. What they call him? In that plays Sloane. William Sadler. Yeah, it's got William Sadler who plays Sloane in Deep Space Nine from Section 31. So that's 2 stars. Probably others as well. Yes. Winggrace got in there. Sadler. William Sadler. He's got to stop terrorists from crashing planes. One of the planes his wife is on, and also the fella from the first one that she smacked in the face. But also, he played Death in the second Bill and Ted film, didn't he? Anyway, so there we go. So that's Die Hard 2. A huge amount of fun, and that's stuff blowing up left, right, and centre, and shooting, and an early appearance from Robert Patrick, who'd gone to play the T-1000 in Terminator 2. Great fun. So we've got a Stargate reference as well, because Robert Patrick's in Stargate. Atlantis. Winggrace, you must be from my generation. I'm closer to you than Toig, but Toig knows best. Toig. Dear. Anyway, right, next up. What's next? Ghost. I like Ghost, although I haven't seen it for a long time, so I might not like it anymore. But I used to like Ghost, so that's why I included it. What's his face? Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore and Whoopi Goldberg. She won an Oscar for this one, didn't she? Did Whoopi Goldberg, directed by Jerry Zucker of Airplane, etc., Naked Gun fame, and it does have comedic things in it. I don't think it's classed as a comedy. It's more of a a spooky drama, but. It is a good film, and honestly, I think Whoopi Goldberg, deserved an Oscar for this because she was really good in it. But the pottery scene in it, everybody knows that, don't they? But it is good, and it has some creepy bits in as well with the like the dark things that drag you off. If you're a bad person, instead of going to heaven, going to the light, you get dragged off basically to hell. So that's pretty cool. But that's, I haven't seen it for a long time, so would I like it as much now, being a jaded old fart? Don't know, but anyway. Right, so that's Ghost. Moving on. What's next? Arachnophobia. Directed by Frank Marshall, Kathleen Kennedy's husband. A really good horror film that's a PG certificate. A PG certificate horror film that works. It's really, really good. What's his face is in it? I forgot. Jeff Daniels, and loads of other people. I'm blanking. I'm going to have to look it up. Just bear with me. I bet there's somebody from Star Trek in it. I bet there is. Or Stargate. No, I don't know about arachnophobia. I want to know about the film Arachnophobia, not just arachnophobia in general. Arachnophobia 1990 film. There we go. Right, cast list. Off we go. Jeff Daniels. Oh my, John Goodman's in it, obviously. Julian Sands. Oh, so that's a Stargate reference. Peter Jason, he's in it. I think he died recently, Peter Jason. Did he? I'm sure he did. He did some... yes, he did. February 20th. I thought he died recently, yes. Who else? Pardon me. No, nobody else I know. But they're the main ones. And I say a really good like family horror flick. Just says, love this movie but hate spiders and clowns. Oh, is there any clowns in this? I can't remember. Again, it's been a while since I've seen Arachnophobia. We will do it one day on would it be a Friday Night Appointment with Fear film or a Magnificent Mondays? I think more Magnificent Mondays in it. It is a horror film because there are some horrific things in it. Desiccated corpses and stuff like that. But have we done it? I don't know. I'm thinking, have we done? I can't remember now. Maybe not. I might have thought about it. Hang on. Clowns more, but spiders are up there. Not a phobia, but close. I'm not keen on spiders, but I try not to kill them. I catch them and throw them out, just for them to just come back in again. But do you enjoy Eight-Legged Freaks then? I've seen it. It's been a while since I've seen it, and I can't really remember what happens in it. But I remember I did quite like it. I can't remember who's in it. It's him from Scream films, isn't it? And I forgot his name. But he's in it, isn't it? I did like Eight-Legged Freaks. Just says, yes, love that film, but creeps me out. But anyway. So that's Arachnophobia. A really good family horror film. A gateway horror film, I suppose you could say. A horror film that you could let the kids watch. What's next? The Witchers. I don't know why I included this, because I'm not a big fan of this film. And maybe it just snuck in and while I wasn't looking. I don't know. Or maybe it's a film maybe I admire more than I like. A bit like Blade Runner, although I've grown to like that more than I used to. Nicholas Roeg directed this. Did Paper House. What else did, Don't Look Now. Yeah, that one. And he did a found footage film quite recently that were alright. I think that was Nicholas Roeg. Anyway. Yes, him, ex-Mr. Courtney Cox, who were in Eight-Legged Freaks. I forgot his name, but yes, him. Anyway, The Witchers, based on a Roald Dahl book. I think I've included it because it's scary. Again, another like gateway horror film that's scary. The Witchers are terrifying to look at. They turn these kids into mice, and that's as you can see from that. With Angelica Houston as the boss witch and all that stuff. But I don't know why I included this. I don't know, but whatever. It's all right. Wingrace says, what's the remake of this? Not impressed. No, I've not seen the remake. It's been a long time since I've seen this one. As I said, I'm not sure why I included it. Witches is good, like Hocus Pocus. I'm not sure if I've seen that one. I know of it. I'm not sure if I've got round to watching it. Anyway, moving on. Oh, here we go. I Come in Peace, starring Dolph Lundgren, a.k.a. I hope I've included this. Yes, Dark Angel. That's how I know it. Dark Angel. That's what it's called in the UK, but in America it was called I Come in Peace. But I'm going to put that on up because it's a better picture, and B, it's a better title. Why would they call it I Come in Peace? But yes, I really did like this one. Craig R. Baxley directed this. He directed other things as well, and I'm blanking. Did he do? I don't think did he do the original Alien Nation? Craig R. Baxley. Why does it say American actor? He's a bloody director. What did he do though? Let's have a look. I have to look it up on IMDb because you know what? Bloody Wikipedia's telling us bugger all. As a director, right? He's directed. He was stunt coordinator on Predator. I didn't know that. Right, we don't see that. We don't see stunts. We just want to see director. There we go. Hey? What do you mean? There's an error loading credits. There we go. Now then, Harper's Island. That was a good series, which I watched once. But I did enjoy that one. What am I looking for? Oh, I'd see if he did Alien Nation. I bet he didn't. Dark Angel. No, he didn't. Action Jackson. Maybe I'm thinking of that. Behave! Bloody cat. Who directed Alien Nation then? I don't know, but it wasn't him. Silent Thunder. I know that one, but where do I know it from? But anyway, whatever. Dark Angels, Jessica Alba. This came out a long time before that, didn't it? Was she even born in 1990? Oh dear. Yes, she's Dark Angel. I never saw that series, by the way. I heard it were all right. But Dark Angel, the film, a.k.a. I Come in Peace, is a fun film. It feels more like a TV movie at times. It does have that feel. I think it was produced by James Cameron's ex-missus, Aliens. Oh, God, I forgot her name. Hang on, I'm going to look it up, aren't I? Bloody no. Hey. Bear with me. Oh, no. Gail Ann Hurd. Right, just came to me. I think it was produced by Gail Ann Hurd. There we go. Oh, no. She was born in 90, so she's older than I thought. Anyway. But she'd have only been 9 when this film came out, so... Anyway. It is a lot of fun. An alien comes to Earth and he's like killing people and extracting a substance from them that's like a drug that's used in other parts of the galaxy. And Dolph Lundgren is the police officer tasked with, who's on his tail, because obviously these dead bodies are turning up, so he's investigating it, and it ends up being an alien he's chasing after. And that's what they call it I Come in Peace, because that's what he says to his victims, is I come in peace, because he's got like a whispery voice. And then he gets them. It is a lot of fun. Does it say? No, it doesn't say. Oh, am I thinking of another film? It doesn't. I'm just looking at this list here, and it doesn't say Gail Ann Hurd there. I'm sure it was produced by Gail Ann Hurd. Dark Angel. I'm sure it was. I'm going to have to look that up now. Right, let me look this up. Hey, where is it? Dark Angel. On IMDb, it's listed as Dark Angel, oddly enough. Right. All cast and crew. Looking up the producers. No, it didn't. I could have sworn when it came. Am I thinking of a different film? I might be thinking of a different film. I'm sure I saw her name on it, because I was surprised. I'll have to look up Gail Ann Hurd now. Sod it, we're live. Who cares? Gail Ann Hurd. See all results, because I've probably spelt it wrong. I think I have, haven't I? How do you spell Galen Herd? Because it's not finding it on IMDb. Unbelievable. Might just look up aliens. Aliens, there we go. Right. Galen Herd, where are you? There she is. I did spell it right. Why didn't it find her? Right, producing credits. Producer. Get that out of the way. Get that out of the way. Walking Dead. Yeah, I want to go further back than that. 1990 we're going back to, aren't we? No, I don't list it. That's weird. I'm sure I saw it. Oh no, it's Alien Nation. Right. See, I told you I'm getting stuff mixed up. She was a producer on Alien Nation, not Dark Angel. I get them films mixed up, obviously. Anyway, speaking of Dark, they're on the Jessica Alba show, underrated show, and movie. This is a good movie. I love the scene where the woman whispers back, "My name is Peace, and I'll see myself out." It's the car. You're in the car. Anyway, so there we go. I've spent too much time on this film. Right, so it's all right. It's a good film. It's fun. I don't know where you can watch it now. I assume it's on some streaming service somewhere. Right, moving on. Memphis Belle. This is a good film. Who directed this one? Michael Caton Jones, sorry. Matthew Modine, Eric Stoltz, Sean Astin, Harry Connick Jr. before he became a fighter pilot. Before he became a fighter pilot in Independence Day. Who else? John Lithgow, D.B. Sweeney before he was abducted by aliens in Fire in the Sky. Billy Zane. Anyway, so I think it's based on a true story, isn't it? Dark Angel was a movie I seen on the $1 Million Movie Show on a late Saturday night. It probably deserves to be in that sort of thing. Did it cost $1 million? I don't know, but anyway. Yes, Memphis Belle, really good film about crew of World War II bomber, and I think it has the old thing where they're coming into land and at the end, and they can't get the undercarriage down. What's up with you, princess? She's running about. She's giddy. What you being giddy for? What's the matter? Do you want to go out? Are you wanting to go out? Come on then. Shall I let you out? She's getting giddy as princess. Come on. Come on then. You want to go out? Come on then. Quick. Come on. Are you coming? Do you want to go out? Are you going to go out? You don't know what to do you? Are you being a big dafty? What's the matter? What's up with you? What's the matter with princess? Oh, never mind. She doesn't know what she wants to do. Cats, just said Memphis Belle is excellent. Yes, a stacked cast it is. Anyway, it's a bit like that series Masters of the Air. I suppose you could say it's maybe it inspired that series. I don't know, but that's a World War II bomber crew. Pardon me. Who defy the odds, don't they? Defy the odds and all that stuff. It is a good film, some great effects in it, and some heart-jangling moments. I think the runs, somebody from another plane hits their plane, doesn't it? It's just a red mess on the windscreen or whatever they call it. But anyway, Memphis Belle, great film. Moving on. Night of the Living Dead, the remake, which is okay if a bit not gory. But oddly, directed by Tom Savini, gore master himself, who did Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead. Lots of gore-filled stuff. stacked cast because Sydney Sweeney's dad is in it. Joking, it's not him. All right. Oh, DB Sweeney. Speaking of Sydney Sweeney, we're doing a film by her on Friday. Immaculate. Good film. And she doesn't get them out, I don't think. And Adam Green is here saying, good evening. Hello, Adam. Adam Green. Who's Adam Green? Adam Gamer. Welcome. Anyway, where were we? Night of the Living Dead. The remake. Decent remake with, what's the face in it? Patricia Tallman of Babylon 5 and Star Trek fame. A decent remake of George A. Romero's classic 1968 Night of the Living Dead. But as I said, not that gory. It could have done to be a bit more gruesome. But it's still worth watching. It's still Tony Todd as well, Star Trek, and loads of other stuff. But yeah, it's a good watch. But as I said, could have been gorier. There is a bit of gore in it, but not enough, in my opinion. Next up, Rescuers Down Under. I've included this because when Aidan were little, when my son were little, obviously this came out before he were born, but when he were little, we used to rent this. We used to have a car, a mobile video library that used to go round renting VHS tapes. So he used to, and we rented this a few times because he really liked it, and we really liked it as well. The Rescuers Down Under. It's the same two mice from the original Rescuers, which are from 1976, I think, something like that. But they go to Australia, and this is when Disney was starting to include a bit of CG and stuff like that in their animated features. But it is a good film and a lot of fun. This came out during the Renaissance, didn't it? The Disney Renaissance after Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast and all that. Or is that Beauty and the Beast 91? Whatever, I can't remember. Anyway, Wingate says, calling it now. A few years from now, people will start calling the originals pre-makes. Yes, the original series is just a pre-make of Strange New Worlds, etc. I wouldn't be surprised. There'll be some people calling it that now, won't there? Yes, I loved this as a kid, I presume you mean. Not as good as The Great Mouse Detective. I still not got round to watching that. But I have the Pizza Hut cups. Cool. I know you go on about The Great Mouse Detective quite a bit, Win Grace, and I've still not got round to watching it. I think it is on Disney Plus, and I keep meaning to watch it and I keep forgetting. Yes, this is a classic. Oh yeah, the cups and the personal pan pizzas. They were a thing when in the UK we never get any of the good stuff over here. We're like 50 years behind America. But anyway, so yes, Rescuers Down Under is a lovely film. A lovely film. Right, moving on. Robot Jocks. I think this is the film that almost ruined Empire Pictures. The Band brothers, Charles Band and his family. The Empire Pictures did stuff like the Exterminators and Reanimator and stuff like that. That were them, wasn't it? Hang on. It's the final performance of Vincent Price that alone makes it worth it. Basil, what? Rescuers or Basil the Great Mouse Detective? I can't remember. But anyway, going back to Robot Jocks, a lot of fun. Gary Graham, another Star Trek reference. Ambassador Soval in Enterprise, and he's also in the TV version of Alien Nation, isn't he? But yes, a lot of fun. It's some decent effects. I think it was their most expensive film, at clocking in like $3 million or something like that at the time. And it almost ruined them. Directed by Stuart Gordon, who brought us stuff like Reanimator and other stuff. What else has he done? I think From Beyond. I think that one of his. And that we've done it on Friday Night Apart with Fear recently. That Lovecraft one. I forgot what they call it now. Begins with D. Anyway, that one. Well, final voice role. He was in Edward Scissorhands after. All right. I've never liked that. That will not be in one of my lists. I've never liked Edward Scissorhands. My mother loved it, but anyway. Robot Jocks. It's basically, it's like, I don't know. It must have inspired. Guillermo del Toro must have been inspired by this to do his Pacific Rim films, because it's basically that. But instead of monsters, they're just fighting each other. These giant robots. It's very Jerry Anderson. Some of the scenes in it where they're getting in the robots and the mechs and all that. It could be from like Thunderbirds or something like that. It is a lot of fun. Some of the acting's crap. Some of the scenes are rubbish. You just want them to see them in the mech suits fighting each other. That's what you want to see. But I think there were a kind of a sequel-ish called Crash and Burn, which wasn't very good. Anyway, this one is worth a look. I don't know what you can watch it on now, to be honest. Is it on streaming? I don't know. I've not checked. But it is a lot of fun. Right. Vincent Price was a legend. Yes, he was. He was indeed. One of the greats. Next up, Misery. James Caan, Kathy Bates, directed by Rob Reiner of Spinal Tap. By the way, I just seen a trailer, not a trailer, a teaser for Spinal Tap 2 today. That's coming in September this year, apparently. There were no footage from it, though. Just somebody putting an amp up to 11. And then just comes up Spinal Tap 2. And the 2 is the Stonehenge thing. Stonehenge! Well, me. So I look forward to that. Anyway, based on the novel by Stephen King, which I've not read. Stars James Caan, Kathy Bates. I think she won an Oscar for this. Deservedly so. A great film. A really, really good film. Probably it's up there among the best Stephen King adaptations. Really, really good. He plays a writer. A lot of Stephen King's main characters are writers, aren't they? Oddly enough. Plays a writer who's in a car accident. Is saved by Kathy Bates, and she terrorises him basically. But anyway, he was a great cook. Vincent Price. I have a cookbook he did. I've seen a thing on TV. Did he do like cookery programs or guest on cookery programs and stuff? I'm sure I've seen that somewhere. But anyway. So yeah, Misery. Well worth a watch. If you haven't seen it, brace yourself when she gets the sledgehammer out. But great film. I think in the book she cuts off his. I think she uses like a sword and cuts off his foot, doesn't she? But in the film, she just whacks it with a sledgehammer. Spoilers if you haven't seen it. Right, next up, is that it? That might be it. I think that's it. That's my list. Yes, because it's not going any further. So that's the end. Right. So there we go. Go all the way back to the beginning. That's my list of top 5 favourites, and I think there were 13 honourable mentions. So we'll go through the list one more time. Yes, Misery is an excellent film. Another one that I haven't seen for a long time. I will have to rectify it. Right, so I'll just lower that, and we'll go through the list one more time. Is it going to work this time? It's going to go full screen. Yes, right. Lucky 13. It's only a number. It's a baker's dozen. Anywho, so we'll go through the list one more time. First up, we had... By the way, is it working? Can you see it? Yes, you can. Right. Because you know what StreamYard has been like recently. But he didn't say anything, so I guessed. Yes, he did some shows cooking. I thought I'd seen it. Probably on YouTube or somewhere like that. Anyway, first up was Dances with Wolves, Kevin Costner's Oscar-winning epic, really good film. Has me crying every time. By the way, I was nearly crying at a Star Trek episode today. And it was a Deanna Troi one, Win Grace. Unbelievable. And I don't like Deanna Troi episodes, do I? But anyway. Right, next up, Tremors, Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward, dealing with graboids. Then Predator 2 with Danny Glover dealing with a predator from another planet. Pretending to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. You couldn't pull him up there, says Reuben Blades. And then looking at Danny Glover and thinking, why? What does he say it like that for? If it were Arnold Schwarzenegger, you'd think fair enough. But anyway, whatever. Next up, Total Recall. The Arnie and the gang. Ronnie Cox, another Star Trek reference. So I've got Robert Picardo and Ronnie Cox. He's been in Star Trek and all. Where her sister died. Yes, Kestra. It's the Dark Page episode. Yes. It was just the end bit that just hit me. All the leading up to it, I wasn't that bothered about. When they got to the end, and what's the face? Majel Barrett showing off her acting chops. That set me off. But anyway, so there we go. Total Recall, yes, great film. Next up, RoboCop 2, great sequel. Not as good as the first one, but not far off. So that's my top 5: RoboCop 2, Total Recall, Predator 2, Tremors, Dances with Wolves. And then we had That's Peak Luxana. Yes, it's probably our best episode, to be completely honest, because I'm not a Troy fan overall, because I'm not a fan of the Luxana Troy episodes as a rule, and I'm dreading when we're doing Deep Space Nine, because she's in a few of those as well, isn't she? Probably not as many as I remember, but I always remember avoiding the episodes that she's in, because she falls for Odo, doesn't she? But anyway. Anywho, right. And then my honourable mentions. If I can find the buggers. Right, here's my honourable mentions. Full screen, that's right. She's in 3. Is that all? I always imagine she's in loads of episodes, but just 3. That's not many out of 7 seasons, is it? But I imagine it's more. The one where she gives everyone the hornies is kind of cringe. Dear. They're all cringe mostly, but anyway. Anywho, where were we? Oh my, honourable mentions. There we go. The Hunt for Red October. Ine Pranashteva. I'll just say that all the time. Anyway, right, so there's that one from John McTiernan. Is he back directing again? Or is he still in director jail? I know he went to actual jail, didn't he? Did he? Oh, he got into trouble, didn't he? Is he back directing again? Because anyway, never mind. And then Back to the Future Part 3. Not as good as the other 2, but still worth a watch. I also don't hate Menage a Troy, but I think you did. Yeah, because it's a Troy episode. I'm just not a fan of the Troys. And then Gremlins 2, the new batch. I forgot what the Gremlin that talks. It says a line. I forgot what it is. Oh, never mind. Die Hard 2, Die Harder, which it doesn't die, but whatever. But he blows up a plane with a lighter. I'm not sure how that would that work. Spoilers at the end. He opens up the fuel thing on this plane that's taking off, and then uses a Zippo lighter just to hit light fuel that's on the ground. Would it go up? Because it's still coming out of the plane, but would it go up into the air? I don't know, but anyway, whatever. That's that one. Then Ghost. Again, another film I haven't seen for a long time. Would I like it now? I did at the time. Won an Oscar for Whoopi Goldberg, another Star Trek reference, Guinan. But the late, great Patrick Swayze. And Demi Moore, who should have won an Oscar for The Substance, even though I don't like that film. But what I saw of it, she were good in it. And she were robbed. Right, next up, Arachnophobia, Frank Marshall, Jeff, what's his face? Jeff Daniels, and other people. Being killed by hybrid spiders. There's like one spider that comes from a tropical place in Venezuela or somewhere like that. and it mates with a local spider and makes lots of super poisonous other spiders. Worth a watch. The Witches, some great makeup effects, terrifying makeup effects, with Angelica Houston leading the cast. That's a kid's film, but terrifying at the same time. I Come in Peace, aka Dark Angel. Nothing to do with Jessica Alba. It's Dolph Lundgren taking on an alien drug taker. I don't know. Whatever. No, he doesn't take drugs. Drug extractor. He extracts drugs from humans. But yeah, it could. Jet fuel is no joke. All right, fair enough. But it just have the I forgot the name of that series now. With Adam Savage. Have they done that? See if it can be done. Because they told us that in all these films where you see people throwing a match in a petrol station, a gas station, and it all blows up. That doesn't happen in real life. That one. But anyway, whatever. Dark Angel, that's it. A cop on the trail of an alien killing people to extract drugs to sell to people in space or whatever. Fun. But nothing to do with Galen Hurd. That were Alien Nation. It were a long time ago. Memphis Belle, stacked cast of young actors who would go on to greatness. Most of them as bomber pilot crew in World War II. That's Defying the Odds. Then Night of the Living Dead, the remake, directed by Tom Savini. Not gory enough, but still a good watch with Patricia Tallman, another Star Trek person. Rescuers Down Under, obviously the Disney film. There's somebody from Star Trek in this. I want to know now. I'm going to look it up, see if any other voice caster from Star Trek. Because I think we've had somebody from in every film so far, haven't we? I'm sure we have. Right, voice cast. Bob Newhart, Eva Gabor, John Candy, John C. Scott, Frank Welker, Peter Firth, nobody's jumping out at me. Billy Barty, I don't know. No, none of them names are jumping out at me. Fed up now. Fed up now. John Goodman made Phobia a great film. Well, I won't go that far. I wouldn't go that far, mate. But it were good in it. He made it fun. It's Jeff Daniels' film, really, isn't it? It's his. He's the star. Anyway, next up, and the Robot Jocks. As I said, the film that killed Empire Pictures, ish, more or less. Directed by Stuart Gordon, starring Gary Graham, the Star Trek person, with big mechs fighting each other and all that stuff. Instead of world wars going on, big mechs fight each other. It's a lot of fun, but stupid. And finally, Misery, James Caan, Kathy Bates, another Oscar-winning turn. James Caan were in Alien Nation, the movie. A great film from Rob Reiner, based on a Stephen King book, and hobbling and all that. If you know, you know. Good stuff, that film. Right, so there we go. That's it. All done. Why have I gone full screen? Proper full screen. Is it that one? There we go. I prefer to be not quite full screen. Right, so get that out of there. Just tidying up my other screen. Right, so that was 1990. Some great films in there. Well, a lot of great films in there. I don't know I included The Witches. Maybe I was just feeling kind. I don't know. But I do remember I did enjoy it when I watched it. Maybe I thought it should be in the list. Anyway. Oh, I forgot to tell you to check the description, didn't I, for links for stuff like merch, because I'm wearing the merch. When I remember to wear the merch, I don't remind you about it. Merch, which I've sold one of these. I learned today. I think it was today. My brother bought one. He posted it on Facebook. Anyway, so I have sold something. And I know just Josh Temple's bought something, hasn't he? And Windgrace, I think. Whatever. Anyway, right. Buy some merch and check my books and all that stuff. There's one of them. Blah, blah, blah. Right. Right, so we're done. We'll leave it there. We will leave it there. What's coming up in 1991 in a couple of weeks? Next week I'm definitely doing Season 7 of Star Trek The Next Generation. My thoughts on every episode of that. I don't know how far up. I've just done the Kestra one. It's about a third of the way through, I think I am. Oh, that may burping. Right, so 1991, what we got there? We've got a Star Trek film. Sorry, I just mentioned that. A bit of Disney, a bit of horror, a bit of sci-fi. Oh God, why have I put that in there? It's a good film. It's a good film. Sorry, you don't know what I'm on about. A film that I've mentioned tonight is there. And another one that I've mentioned tonight is there. So there we go. And Fred Ward, who were in this year, is in one from next year in my honourable mentions. Not as many honourable mentions in 1991. Only 8. So there we go. So that's a clue as to what's happening in 1991. Right. Done and dusted for another episode. So thanks. Hang on. Justin says about 2 Halloween shirts you made. Yes, you did. Yes. Love them, he says. Oh, thank you. I hope they're all right. I'm always worried that something's going to go wrong. Or you put them in the wash or something and it'll all come out. But I've washed my stuff a few times and they seem okay. Anyway. Right. So greatly appreciated it is. It is greatly appreciated. Because I get a bit of commission. I don't know how much, but I do get a little bit. But anyway. But I think I get it more in the form of credit, I think. Money off if I buy one. I think I do. I'll do it. I can't remember. Anyway, whatever. Anywho, right, we'll leave it there. But I will reiterate, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already, send me a super thanks and all that stuff. Buy some merch like Justin has and Windgrace has and my brother has. I think Josh Temple did as well. Justin says if it doesn't have Point Break, it doesn't. Is that 1991? I think I've only seen that once, and it didn't have spaceships and stuff, but I don't think Justin will be tuning in for 1991. What Point Break 1991? As I said, I've only seen it once, and it didn't really blow me away. I know a lot of people love it. Yes, it was 1991 by Catherine Bigelow. But it didn't do it for me, did Point Break. So I'm sorry. So we can disagree on some things, can't we? We're not in an echo chamber on this channel. Anywho, we will leave it there. Right, so thanks Justin and Windgrace and Adam Gamer. Did anybody else pop in? Oh, I better check. Nobody's chatted on the Rumble side. They very rarely do. But never mind. So we'll leave it there. Hang on, where are we? Well, yeah, where are we going? There we go. So I'm clicking madly on things. So we'll leave it there. I keep saying that, don't I? I'm an idiot. Go over to me, not the community section anymore. It's just called posts, isn't it? Go over there. I put a poll up. I did a little song. I wrote the lyrics for a song and had the AI thing do some music for it. About walking in the rain, because I went for my walk today and got wet through. And it did the AI thing I use. It gives me like 2 options. It takes the lyrics and it basically does 2 songs. And I couldn't decide which one I liked the most. So I did a video for both of them. So there's a poll. Pick which one you like best, and I'll make that public. And the other one will stay unlisted. And if you don't like either of them, don't vote. Maybe that's why there's been no votes so far. As far as I know, I haven't checked. Just says I will tune in, but Dear. Maybe I'll watch. Shall I watch it? Shall I watch Point Break this week? I'll see if it's on like Amazon or something like that. And if I do like it, I will add it. But I've seen it once, but it was when it came out. I probably rented it on VHS or something. So I'll have to give it another go. Anyway, right. So I'm going now. So thanks for watching. Wherever you are, look after each other. I'm going to sort myself out. Look after each other, and until next time, I'll say there.
That old Yorkshire Geek with stories